我一生最重要的工作，其实不是与神不说恨，
对，
就是你刚才讲的，一个叫做 Mills 的，跟我合写的，在1954年合写的一篇文章，那个叫做规范场。为什么这个是最重要呢？因为这个涵盖了最基本的物理学里头最基本的公式。那么这个现在已经是那个公认，而且做出来了很多跟非常复杂的实验的结果符合的。所以这个因为涵盖的问题太广了，太基本了，所以大家认为这个工作事实上是我最重要的工作。这个我也可以用普通的语言，稍微给你讲一下。我基本物理学研究的什么是物质，就是世界是怎么回事，世界这个最后的结构是什么。我们知道所有的东西最后都是分子，分子再拆开的话就变成原子，原子你再拆开的话呢，就里头有电子跟原子核，原子核你再拆开呢，有中子跟质子，反成这样子。所以讲来讲去呢，物理最基本的问题呢，就是问说是整个这个世界它最后这个结构，那些结构的这些砖头是什么？你这个砖头就是我们叫做基本粒子。所以两个问题需要解决。一个是最后这砖头是什么？第二是这些砖头怎么连在一起？这两件事情。所以你可以说整个物理里头最基本的就是这两件事情，一个是基本粒子是什么，第二个是它们怎么粘在一起。怎么粘在一起呢？当时有力量。那么这个力量最早物理学研究呢，就是牛顿。他有万有引力，所以就使得地球绕着太阳转，月亮绕着地球转。可是这万有引力只是这个力量的一种。那么还有别的力量你比如说是一个原子，它里头有电子，电子绕着这个原子核转，那个不是万有引力，它另外有力量。那么所以到了20世纪的，到了我做研究生的时候呢，就知道有4种力量，万有引力是其中的一种，这个电子绕着原子核是另外一种，叫做电磁力，另外还有2种力量，所以一共有4种力量。问题呢就是问这4种力量它的基本结构是什么。那么牛顿写出来了万有引力的基本结构，也许你们记得你在念中学物理的叫做跟距离的平方成反比。那么这个电的这个力量呢，也在19世纪研究清楚了，是 Maxwell 研究清楚的。这个贡献可以说对人生讲起来更重要，因为有了这个贡献以后呢，才有今天这个电磁波。所以你现在这个手提电话，这个网络都是要靠这个电磁波，电磁波就是这个电子绕着原子核，所以这是一种力量。那么这个力量呢，它的结构呢，写成方程式呢，是 Maxwell 写成的。可是另外还有力量，是其中包括核的力量。那么这个方程式是什么呢？这个方程式里头有一个基本的结构，就是 Mills 跟我写出来的。那么这个现在已经是那个公认，而且做出来了很多跟非常复杂的实验的结果符合的。所以这个因为涵盖的问题太广了，太基本了，所以大家认为这个工作事实上是我最重要的工作。
Students in China at the college level with the students in America at the college level?
Yes, I mean undergraduate.
In undergraduate?
Yeah.
Yes. How would you compare undergraduate? You spoke of...
That's a very important topic, especially since I have some first-hand observation. I taught twice in Stony Brook freshman physics, and I taught for one semester in 2004 freshman physics at Tsinghua University. So I have a first-hand knowledge about the freshman students in physics here and in Beijing. Tsinghua, of course, is one of the most difficult to get into universities in China. And so I found that there are two differences. Difference number one is that the students in Tsinghua are almost all very well trained. They did lots of exercises in high school. So such things like analytic geometry or trigonometry is no problems for them. Here, at least half of my students here were not well trained in analytic geometry or trigonometry. They know the definitions, but they cannot manipulate because they didn't do enough exercises. So the first difference is that the high school training in China is much more rigorous than here. The second difference is that the students in China, in Tsinghua University, were very mature and very motivated. They knew they have to work hard. They sort of appreciate that what they want to do, and they go full force at it. For the Stony Brook students, I would say that at least half of them were still sort of wandering around without any specific aim in life. This is, I've thought about this. This is, again, a product of the difference of the two societies. Now, you cannot say which one is necessarily better. The Chinese system is better in training a lot of people who would mature, who would get channeled into some way of life which would make them useful citizens. But the American system is more free, and so therefore the people's outlook on life, on everything, is less restrictive, and the best of them are given enough opportunity so that they can prosper. Look at Bill Gates. Bill Gates is able alone to create trillions of dollars, not only for his company, for the whole world. So that kind of innovative spirit, of free spirit, is the kind of things that the United States educational system and society is good at fostering. And that's true all over the world. I think the Europeans, the Japanese, all marvel at the great success of the United States system, which produced all these tremendous innovations and, as a consequence, wealth.
Okay, thank you.